Hi everyone, good morning. Today I'm dealing with a subject that I'm not aware of at all, which is adoption. Though I have written about some of the resources that parents can seek if they are looking out for adoption, I am not an expert on this topic, so I've always wanted to know more about it. I've not only got a nice resource today, he is super duper special because he's a single dad and he's adopted a special child. So I'll just add him. Meanwhile, thank you everybody who's joined. Hi, hello, good morning. Okay. Hi, Aditya.
Hello, hello everyone.
Aditya, thank you for agreeing to be part of this live.
Thank you for organizing.
Yeah, so I've been hearing a lot about you for the past 2 years, I suppose. I even saw a photo of you baby wearing little Avnish. And even that time, I wanted to talk to you, but then I was not really active on Instagram at that time. And now, since I have a huge following and a lot of parents who might be interested to know more about adoption and even special needs adoption, I thought this is the right time to have you. So Aditya, first question straight away, I wanted to ask you why not marriage and the conventional way of having a child? Why did you think of, or why did you start thinking about adoption in the first place?
I never thought to adopt a child at the age of 27
Okay.
as a software engineer, but it happened when I met Avnish in an orphanage. So that was a spontaneous decision, and that was my first visit to an orphanage. And they said he's mentally retarded, physically handicapped child. He don't have life. That's the reason biological parents left him in an orphanage, and he will die in months or a year. And in India, nobody prefer to adopt this kind of children. So I look at him, I hold him in my arms, and we were looking at each other. And I thought, if nobody wants him, so I will adopt. So that was just a spontaneous thought. I was not aware of about what is adoption guideline and what the hurdles I am going to face, how to take care of a child. I was not aware of the term a special need or a Down syndrome, because even the caregivers, they said mentally retarded, physically handicapped, and unfortunately in our country, special need are denoted with the physically handicapped and mentally retarded. Means their identity is their name. They are a living being. They are a human being, and then the needs they have. But they said in the way, and I decided that no, I want this child.
Okay, so how did it happen? You just went to an orphanage just like that? Were you part of, are you a social worker? Why did you go to an orphanage? How did you, I mean, what exactly happened?
Okay, so I visited an orphanage to celebrate my father's birthday on 13th September.
Oh, like that.
That was my first
Okay.
visit, and I follow the same tradition. Nowadays, everybody is following visit to an orphanage and distribute the sweets, some donation. So that's the same thing I followed. But it was a life-changing decision for me to visit the place, and I met Avnish there. So on my father's birthday,
Okay.
I became a father.
That's so cute. But okay. So what happened? You met Avnish, you wanted to have him, and then how was the reaction of your family and your friends? What did they say?
So they said, "Dimag kharab hai, you lost your mind. Your life,
Okay.
your career at this age. Why you want to adopt a child, a special need child? So better focus on your career. And after marriage, you follow the conventional process." I said, "No, I want him." And see, that time I was unable to convince anyone why I want to adopt a child, why I want to adopt a special need child. And in 2014, when I was 27, I was not eligible to adopt any child in India because minimum age
Okay.
for a single parent was 30 years. So for me, it's like an impossible journey, and nobody can help me. And since you belongs to a middle class family, you don't have support, means political support. So nobody will help you. Nobody will consider you as an exceptional case and get this done. So for me, there were many challenges apart from the legal. Legal means I was not eligible to adopt a child. Then there was
Okay.
a pressure from a family. Why you want to adopt a child? Why you want to adopt a special needs child? And the most important thing, everybody was telling me, "Log kya kahenge?" What other people will think of you if you adopt a child as a single parent.
That is
So,
like the national anthem of our country, no,
correct.
Aditya. Oh, log kya kahenge? Okay, right. And then finally, you decided after how many months? I mean, how long did this process take? Can you please take us through the process?
Uh, you just imagine how long it took a common man to change the constitution of India, change the adoption law for the whole country, for the
Mind
whole
blowing, yeah.
of and for all the special need, for all the parents who wish to adopt a child. So it was a journey for 1.5 years. I start from a scratch, from a blank paper, where I wish to adopt a child. That's it. I was not aware about the adoption guideline, to whom I need to approach, and everybody was saying no, you can't adopt a child until the age of 30, until the government changed the law, until you're eligible to adopt a child. And there was no support from family, friends, and because they were saying I'm wasting my time. And I was working in Pune, Maharashtra. My son, he was in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, so in the different
Oh,
states. So every week I have to travel for 1800 kilometers by road to meet with the authorities, to meet with adoption comes under JJ Act. There's a CARA, Central Adoption Resource Authority, who is the governing body. It comes under Women and Child Development Ministry, WCD Ministry. So I started approaching everyone, to the state minister, to national minister, WCD, then PMO, President of India, all the national leaders, all the celebrities, please help me or diverse to adopt a child. And most of the responses I have got, that is no, you're not eligible to adopt any child. And since this story is not only about the adoption, my son was in child trafficking, he was not in the government record. I have highlighted this issue, and then I have to approach to the National Human Rights Commission, State Human Rights Commission, and I proved that many children in orphanage, they are in child trafficking, they are not in the government record. So as per the UNICEF 2011 data, uh, we had 20 million children in India who were orphaned in 2011, 10 years before. But in the CARA, in the government record, only 22 or 2300 children are legal free for adoption in the adoption pool.
oh,
It's a huge
okay,
difference. And the difference is because the biological parents, they left the child on street or wherever, or even in the orphanage. And orphanage don't tell the child welfare committee, they don't follow the process, protocols, guidelines, and hence there is a
okay,
huge gap. So I have highlighted this gap. I fought against the agencies who are involved in this, and then the agencies got banned in India for adoption in 2015. And
okay,
finally, considering our case, Indian adoption law got changed, implemented across India for everyone on 1st of August 2015. So that's it. And I was eligible. Finally, the minimum age for a single parent is decided to 25. And there were many changes has been done. The adoption process is online, and anyone can adopt a child. They don't have to visit the orphanage. And the thousands of kids who were not in the government record was declared under the government record. And out of them, one of my son Avnish was. So he was then registered in the government record, put for adoption, declared legal free and put for the adoption. But
okay, okay,
the another challenge was the family and support. Why you want to adopt a child?
okay.
Everybody was asking. Even the adoption agency, they even everything went in our favor. But they were asking, why you want to adopt a child? What is your intention to adopt a child? You have done
So
so
you
many
changed the
things.
state norms, national
It's
norms,
all national
everything, but then
law. Yeah. So,
okay.
but still, unfortunately, when the child born and we started
Mm-hmm.
putting a few things in the child brain, that is, you belong
Okay.
to which religion, you belongs to which caste, and then he
Oh,
started telling the children like that the father will go out and earn bread and butter. Mother is the one who will take care of a child at home. So it's the mother responsibility to take care of a child. It's not the father responsibility. Father have to just go out. Okay, he don't have an emotional touch. He can't take care of a child well, right? So unfortunately, all these issues I have faced. Everybody was asking the question, how you are going to feed the child? Have you done any training? And I asked, why I should go for a training when I don't have a baby, when I don't have a child? Did you ask the same question to a biological parents? Are they going for any training? They asked me, is your parents are convinced? No, I am eligible to adopt a child. Right. So I am adopting as a single parent, and there are separate guidelines for a single parent. So why should I convince or take a permission from my parent? Because I am adopting it alone. I am living alone. So and there is a clause in a system: single parent can adopt a child. So why you are asking me this question? Do you know how to change diaper? I don't have a child with me, so how can I do the training of practice? Again, I asked, did you ask the same question to the biological parents? Or they start doing it before the child comes, before the child arrives? They know, and they said, no, we don't think you're capable enough to take care of a child. Now, okay, prove me on what basis do you think? Just because of your psychology, just because of your mindset? So again, it took a few months, and finally on New Year, 1st Jan 2016, I got the custody of Avnish. So the journey was around 1.5 years, and
Wow.
it's means his freedom is celebrated across globe as a New Year because I got his custody on New Year. So I believe there was two souls born on this day. It's me and Avnish, and we look the world in a different way. We don't bother what other people will think of us, and we are here to do our best for the community of disability and for a Down syndrome, for orphans in India.
Wow, wow, Aditya, this is so inspiring. I'm getting goosebumps. You changed the entire mindset of not just people around you, but even the country in a way that, single dads are not dangerous people. They are nice people. And because single men are looked upon like that, right? I mean, a lot of stereotypes you're breaking this way. And I also wanted to know, did you know anything about special needs children? How did you start that journey on learning more about Down syndrome and understanding Avnish and his brain? How was that?
So when I got his custody, and the journey was full of hurdle. So for me to accept, it's not about me to accepting a child. It's about Avnish who accepted me as a parent. Okay, and I
True.
always give thanks to God that they choose me for this work, and my son who accepted me and who is teaching me to be a parent. Okay, so I took a break for 6 months. I got the adoption leave from my
Okay.
organization. They supported me for this, and then I was just be with Avnish, and I decided I will not go for any medical experiment with him until I know it is required or not. So when I took
Okay.
Avnish home, he had two holes in the heart. One is PDA, one is VSD, and they said he need an immediate surgery. Hence,
Okay.
he won't alive. He has problem with both the knees. So the doctor said he won't able to stand on his own feet ever in his life without medical intervention. Then
Okay.
squint eyes, then constipation, then thyroid, and recently we have identified he has a sleep apnea, he has adenoids, and he has undescended testes.
Wow.
So these are the issues
Okay.
with Down syndrome he had, and I said no. I just
Okay.
want to spend time with him. I want him to understand who I am for him, right? And I will slowly learn with him. So I was just following the basic routine, his diet, his taking him out, and that's it. So I did it for 5 months, and in June, mid of June, around 15 June, I took him to Chennai for heart surgery. And when the doctor was performing an echo, and he said, Aditya, his hole is filled automatically. You don't need for any surgery.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Then
My goodness.
I have done his thyroid test, then other issues. So all were normal. He don't need any medicine for thyroid. The constipation issue got sorted out. Eyes were okay. He don't need specs. And around after 8 months, when he come home, he started walking without support, without any medical intervention. and he started going normal, typical play group school with the normal children. So, and the Avnish is the one who teach me that, see, don't complain what you have, because he was born and abandoned by the biological parents on the next day when they know that he has a Down syndrome. He was in
My
child
goodness.
care for almost 2 years. There was no one in the orphanage to take care of him. Right. When I took him home, there was a layer of dandruff in his hair because it was never washed since he was born till the 22 months he came to home. They don't change the diapers frequently, so there was a fungus in the private areas.
My goodness.
Right. And so that's the problem he faced, but he never complained why this has happened to me, and yes, born with a disability. So slowly the things are in our favor, and he was learning, picking, and then I went to get his disability certificate, and they wrote it mentally retarded. And I asked the reason. His name is Avnish, that is his identity, and he is a child with a Down syndrome, not with a mentally retardation. How you put it in MR category? They said no, we don't have Down syndrome as a separate category in Indian disability law. Again, we
Oh,
fought for it for almost 1.5 years. Met with the minister, social justice minister, convinced the authorities, writing many grievances, petitions online to the PMO as well. And finally, the Down syndrome is created as a separate category in Right of Person with Disability Act in October 2019 under the Intellectual Disability. And recently, we have again filed a PIL and public interest litigation in the favor of person with disability in India to get the good social security, one disability pension policy across India, and to remove the age criteria. If it goes in the favor of a person with disability, it is going to benefit more than 30 million people with disability in India.
wow.
So this is what a child who was abandoned by a biological parent is doing miracle to the country. He is a TEDx speaker at the age
Absolutely.
of 3. He is holding a he is holding a India Book of Record. He is holding a Golden Book of World Record. Right, he was invited for a TEDx speaker twice, one in Tata Institute of Social Science and one in TEDx Surat. And even in the
Is
middle
there
of
videos of him speaking on YouTube?
so he is achieving his milestone. Speech is the last milestone. So I am
Okay,
the one
Aditya,
who is celebrating him.
can we see him talk on YouTube? I mean, is there any videos of him talking on
Yeah, you
YouTube?
can find it on. See, I am not a tech CV and I have a lot of work to do. So I can share the videos on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, just
I'll check. I'll
wait.
find it out. I'll find it out. I'll share. Yeah, yeah. So, awesome job, Aditya. You are fantastic. You and Avnish are changing a lot of things in the country. I think a lot of parents will find your resources, the changes that you have made, work in favor of them if they want to choose adoption as their path of, expanding their family. I also wanted to know what all do you do in terms of adoption counseling, Aditya? What is exactly adoption counseling? What do you do?
See, I am not a professional counselor. I am a parent who adopted a child, right? So
Okay.
I can share my experience, my knowledge, and what issues a parent may face when they adopt a child. So there are
Mm-hmm.
two things. One, the parents they want to adopt a typical child, and there are very few in our country. You will count even on hands who wish to adopt a special need. People don't prefer to
Okay.
adopt special need intellectual disabled child. There are only few. They have done it in years, and single parent nobody have done it. So the two reason, because the support system we need when you adopt a child, when even when you have a biological child with a special need, just because we don't have a support system, hence they were abandoned by the biological parent. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And second, like there are parents they want to adopt a typical child, and so they are very specific. Even they have their own choices. You want to adopt a 0 to 2 year old, a 0 to 4 year child, because they believe the means the child is a small, so ready to accept and mingle in the family. So I try to convince
Mm.
them first what are the adoption laws. Go and visit. What are the importance of adopting a child? So to adopt,
Okay.
what are the importance means the benefits to adopt a child is first you have a criteria to select the age. You want to adopt a 0 to 2, 0 to 4 or an elder child. You have an option to select
Okay.
age. You have an option to select if you want to adopt a single child or a sibling. Okay, you have an option to select the gender. Okay, you have
Okay.
an option to select the child you want to adopt from India, from which city, from which state.
Okay.
Okay, and the best part, you don't have to get married to adopt a child to become a parent, right? So anyone can adopt a child, and through Kara only there is
Okay.
only one way in India to adopt a child, and you have to pay 6,000 rupees for the home study report and 40,000 for the adoption fees for the Indians. That's it. There are no brokers. There are people who are doing the professional counsel, but it's up to one parents if they want to visit them. But the point is, see, that is always your requirement to become a parent. That was my requirement to become a parent. It's not a niche requirement. Okay. So please don't go for a choice. Whatever comes, whatever referral is coming to you, accept it. Okay, because once the child will get a family, love, time, care, affection, the child will grow. You will see the
Yeah.
miracles, what happens. If you are looking for a good looking child, or if you are looking for a child between 0 to 2, so why between 0 to 2? Right, so I try to convince them whatever is coming to you, go for it. There are many parents, they ask me a question, how much time it will take, how soon I will get a child. And I try to explain them, see, even if you plan for a biological child, you have to wait at least for a 9 months. So please wait
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
some time. That even sometime it's more, but at least 9 months. So enjoy your waiting period. It won't ever come again. Okay. And see, don't think of it that you are doing something good. No, it is your requirement to become a parent. And adoption
Correct.
is, there are many other ways to get a parent, to become a parent. But I believe, see, the biological child and adoption, these are the natural process. And there are no side effects. If you can go for any child to adopt who are waiting for the family. And yes, the single male, they face many issues just because of the mindset and the psychology we have. Only a female can take care of a child. Male can adopt only a male child. Female can adopt both child. And everybody
Oh.
give preference and support to a single parent, single female parent when she want to adopt a child. But unfortunately, just because again the mindset and the psychology we have, if a single woman wants to deliver a biological child, nobody will support her. But if she wish to adopt a child, everybody will support her. So if
See?
we support her at the same time, so the child shouldn't be abort or abandoned. Right, so this is the differences. So for the male, yes, they will ask many questions, and again, it's sometimes it's not easy, and sometimes you will feel like I am doing something wrong because they treat you like this. The authorities, they will not respond to your calls, they will not respond to your emails. So it's not that easy, and we are working on it to make the system easy. So the more people, more children will put in the adoption pool, and more parents will come forward to adopt a child. And unfortunately, even in the movies, they don't means promote adoption. There was a movie recently, and they preferred other ways. That's fine. That's individual choice, but you cannot say negative about adoption.
Yeah. Yeah. And all these adoption jokes, my goodness, I get so irritated when I
Right.
come across these things.
Right.
Yeah. So, splendid job you have done, Aditya, in terms of not just changing your family and your friends' mindsets, but changing the entire country's mindset. I just have a question. Have you come across any other single men who wanted to adopt, or have you come across anybody after you have done it?
Yes, I got a questions, I got a messages, emails from many people who wish to adopt a child, single male, single female, biological parents, or the couples. And then I thought I am the last one on this in our country who wish to adopt a child because there were many and they were saying we wish to adopt a child. We were eagerly, that's the childhood dream. But there was a difference between them and me is only one. They stop themselves when it comes to what other people will think of them. and I did it because I don't bother about it. Okay, there are many people, they said because my family is not supporting, my parents are not supporting, I'm not financially strong, I will do it. So see, I'm telling them that you are giving excuses. You are making fool to others or to yourself. If you wish to adopt a child, go for it, because there are many things we do in our life without taking permission or without the consideration about our family, parents, friends, or about our financial status. So why you're giving an excuses? So if you want to go for it, go for it. This is an online process. There are people, they said we are doing a research in this and surely will do it afterwards, after my research or after some time, or I have registered. So there were many false cases, and sometimes people, they just getting the likes and comments on social media, they are putting it, I am adopting a child. So these are not correct.
Oh,
Yeah, there are people, they do it. So I am saying that if you wish, go for it. Okay, there is no problem harming and sharing on social media. That's fine, but don't use it as a joke or just fool yourself
yeah.
or others. Okay,
Trendy thing to do.
because it's easy adoption. There are many people, they have done it, right? And in fact, there is no problem in adopting a child. And even when a couple plan for a to produce a child, they don't take a permission from their parents. They don't take care of financial status, right? And in our country, the people who are below poverty line, they have more children. Right. So these are, and there is no criteria, there is no benchmark that this X amount is required in your bank account or amount you need to earn monthly. There is no criteria. Only thing is that there should be a continuous source of income. If it is not there, so you
Right.
cannot take care of yourself, so how you are going to take care of a child?
Correct. Correct. Yeah. Okay. So that's the only criteria, right? Continuous source of income. Good.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
it.
Right. How old is Avnish now?
Avnish is 6.
He's 6. Oh, he's my daughter's age. Oh, so I think that's how I came across you on the parenting forums around the same time when Maya was 2 or 3. Yeah. So, so he's going to school. Does he have online classes now?
Yes, he has, but he don't enjoy. So, see, I'm just focusing on his life skills. I'm not putting
Okay.
pressure on him to learn the academics because my preference is life skills. And
Right.
he
Right.
like doing yoga, he like doing dance,
Mm-hmm.
playing instrument, playing drums, and he like to feed animals. He like to do. We are doing terrace farming as well. He
Oh,
loves to do farming, and he loves to do with the nature, with animals, feeding them. I can share a few videos with you. He's putting
sure.
a puppy in his bicycle and going on a ride.
Uh-huh.
So he loves to
Okay.
do this
Okay.
stuff.
Wonderful, wonderful, Aditya. Thank you. Thanks a lot for sharing. So, people who wish to adopt or look out for adoption related resources, what all are the resources that they have, Aditya?
Resources in terms of,
No, I mean, website. I mean, the only place where they can get this process, started is CARA, right? Center
yeah,
for
it's Central Adoption
Adoption,
Authority.
Central Adoption Resource Agency.
Correct.
Okay, okay.
So the website is
Authority. Okay.
kara.nic.in. So where you will find all the
Mm-hmm.
about the adoption.
Okay.
There you need to go and do the registration. There are a few documents are
Okay.
required just to prove your identity and your address proof. The same what is required even for the bank to opening and bank account and other stuff. That's it. So there are four
Okay.
or five documents is required, and there are the state coordinators. If you are from Maharashtra, from Madhya Pradesh, so there are the state coordinators. You can call on the helpline numbers. You can also send an email. But unfortunately, you have to be very patient because they will reply you after a couple of days or a week's time. You have to send them so many chases and reminder. Okay, and
Okay.
I said that there are people who are doing this work as a professionalism. They are charging it, but I prefer please don't go waste your money because adoption process is simple. Okay, and you can adopt a child legally only through Kara. You don't have to pay any money to anyone. Okay, and that's it. So once you're done with your registration, there is a home study report called as HSR. The social worker will come and talk to you about why you want to adopt a child and look at your place where you have a sufficient place to adjust another new member in your family or not, and he will upload that report, and then based on your choices like gender, age criteria, state, and you want a siblings or a single child, based on that you will get the referral. There are the few states where there's a huge waiting list, so you have a option to select the three states, so you can give a priority. Based on the states you can easy to travel. Okay, like
Oh.
you're in Madhya Pradesh, so Gujarat, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, it's nearby. Okay, and in few states like Karnataka, Delhi, Maharashtra, I think Gujarat and Punjab, they have a huge waiting list. The waiting list is more. And
Oh.
other states like UP, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, the waiting list is low. So if you wish to adopt a child, if you don't want to wait for a long time, so you can use the other states as well. So that's
Okay.
it. You will get the referral. You will get an email and SMS. Log into the Kara website with your credentials. Just have a look on the medical report of a child, and visit the orphanage within there is some time frame. I think 15 or 18 days, and then that's it. If you are willing to accept the child,
Okay.
submit the document. You will get the custody and you will get the adoption deed as well within 2 to 3 months, and you will get the birth certificate.
Oh.
Yeah, so the process is
Okay. Okay.
easy. Okay, unfortunately, in our country, the people who have never adopted a child, they have a more experience about adopting a child. They will tell so much of documents is required, so much of money is required, so much of time. So we are good in giving our comments, our views.
Hmm.
Okay. Most of the time, those are not correct. Right. So
Okay.
the person who is not parent, they know more about parenting. Okay.
True, true.
The people who are not get married, they know more about marriage. So
Oh,
the
yeah.
same when it happened for the adoption, they have never even given a thought, never tried for it, they know more about it. So unfortunately, don't believe on them. Talk to the person who have adopted, and there is only one way to adopt a child, that is Kara. That's it.
Kara. Okay. Okay. And to people who are listening, there is a Facebook group called For and Off Heart Babies, which discusses this whole process. So you can be part of this Facebook group and join their discussions to learn more. And Aditya, just one question. People like you who are really passionate about this, who are into adoption counseling, parents should go for adoption counseling before the process or after registering in Kara? It'll be good
Before the
to do
process,
it before
obviously,
it?
let's go for it. See, because sometimes what happen, we are willing to become a parent, but there are some doubts come in our mind, or maybe someone of the family member, friend, they have created it, right? To get the answers of
Okay.
those questions, that the child come from a different background. We don't know about the
Yeah,
biology
yeah.
parents. Okay, so how to adjust it? And believe me, these are the things. Just we are exploring it. Uh, when we connect everything with the logic, when you plan for a biological child, are you going for a counseling? How many are going for a counseling? Even the child come from a different world. Even it's from your womb,
Correct.
but it come from a different world. And it
Right.
takes 6 months, 9 or a year time child to adjust. The
Correct.
newborn child won't adjust in the environment. Okay, the sleeping time is different. Then we need to frequently visit the doctors. Okay, and their diet is different, and we need to make sure keep hygiene ourselves. Right. So there are many
Correct.
things, arrangements we do. So why, when you adopt a child, you need a counseling? Why you are not ready to accept it? Right.
Right. Right.
We
Right.
need to be always thankful to the child who is accepting us. Yes, the child is coming from a different background, so it will take time to adjust. Just give some time, care, love, affection. And this problem, why we are facing, because these things are not included in our education system. Right. In other countries, in the
Yeah.
developed countries, it is there, so they know it. Right. In developing countries, in India, the education law changed after 35 years. Right, and it will take years to implement it. Right, so this is the gap.
Yeah.
So if
Okay.
somebody need
Okay.
it, they can go for it. But again, I prefer just talk with the parent first, because they have the live example. And yes, of course, you have a choice to visit a profession. You, if you are willing to pay for it. There is no harm. You are doing it by yourself.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Thank you so much, Aditya. Thank you so much. That was so eye-opening because we don't really think of the nitty-gritties, all the little nuances that adoptive parents have to go through. So thank you so much for giving us a window into that life. I'm sure this would have inspired a lot of young folks, young parents, to at least think about it. You don't have to do it. You can just think about it and what if you become open towards it. No, it's a wonderful thing to do. So thank you so much
Thank you.
again for joining me, Aditya, and much love to Avnish. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Please share any resources that you have. I can share it with my followers. Thank you.
Definitely. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.